All right, let's meet our kickboxers. Fighting out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, please welcome to the cage, Tali McDonald.
His way to the cage, and if the name sounds familiar, it should. He fought and spoiled one of the XFN promising up-and-comers, Gage Nolan, who's a young fighter, and just played spoiler and locked Gage up the whole time and couldn't get anything done. And so he's back again tonight, fighting out of Tora Tora Kickboxing in Broken Arrow. And, you know, he silenced the crowd, Myron, when he took on Gage Nolan, and Gage couldn't get anything done. And we didn't know much about Tali, but that night, he definitely said, I'm here.
Yes, that's good when you get a fighter like that. The lights aren't going to phase them. Being somewhere new is not going to phase them. They're going to go in the cage and do what they do, no differently from what they do in the gym. I love seeing that in a fighter.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys that shows the durability, and he has that grit that he will not give up. And so let's find out who Tali's going to be fighting from Casey.
And his opponent, coming to the cage, fighting also out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is Gavin Garcia.
Gavin Garcia making his way to the cage, and we should take a moment to make sure we say Mr. Nix, too many times that doesn't happen, but we should give a head nod to Mr. Nix, the referee for tonight's fights, as he basically saved Jacob's arm in that last fight. Jacob clearly was a guy who was not going to fight, and so we should recognize Mr. Nix for being on point with his job. So Gavin's making his way to the cage. He's got KO finishes in his first two fights in round one, but he's been struggling since those first two fights. So he's looking to get back to that feeling of having the knockout power, getting it done immediately, Myron. And when you have some fights where you can get something done so fast, you start, you know, can't not but help but feel a little confident.
Yep, this is it's a very humbling sport, because as soon as you feel that confidence, you take that one punch and knocks you on your butt, and like, where am I?
Yeah, and we've seen Gavin before. He is a fighter with grit. So let's get the official announcement from Casey.
Once again, a one-blow KO girl, Haley. Make some noise for Haley tonight. Let's meet our kickboxers one more time for this bout. 3 rounds of 2 minutes apiece. 3 rounds of 2 minutes apiece, gentlemen. Fighting out of the Regal blue corner. Fights out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, weighing in at 135 pounds. This is Tali McDonald. Fighting out of the arena red corner. He fights out also out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, weighing in at 135 pounds as well. This is Gavin Garcia. Our referee in charge of this kickboxing battle is one incredible kickboxer himself, Mr. Kevin Super Kicks Nix Tulsa. Are you ready? Oh, come on. I said, are you ready? Here we go.
Cage door is locked, and Tali McDonald's in the red trunks, while Gavin Garcia is in the orange trunks. Just smothering Tali.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Amazing.
Oh, those knees.
Amazing pace. Both fighters are like, hurry up, touch hands. We don't got a lot of time. Wow. Checked kick. Follow up with the 1-2. A lot of these kicks are being checked. Head popped up. Wow, there's a kick that lands clean, straight into the front kick.
Those knees from Gavin.
Mr. Nix breaking up the clinch, continuing the action. Partially checked, that one's not blocked. Flurry after flurry. Oh, head kick. That's one way to slow your opponent down. But his opponent answers back with his own head kick. That's usually what we do at kickboxers. You land a low kick on me, I'm gonna throw a low kick right back at you. You throw a head kick at me, I'm gonna throw a head kick right back at you.
Yeah, Gavin just standing there taking it, and he finally moved out of the way.
Very good defensive guard. He's able to stand in the middle and feel safe. Nice knee. Nice inside kick from Tali.
This is the exact same thing we saw when Tali took on Gage. I mean, the output and pace that he displayed was just smothering to Gage, and he's trying with that same game plan against Gavin Garcia.
And I'm curious to see if he can keep up this pace. But this opponent, Gavin, has a very good defensive guard, and he's not allowing those punches to land through clean. So let's see if Tali can keep up this pace. Kick to the arms.
End of round number 1 there. And we didn't see as much output from Gavin. I mean, he started with a pretty high pace, but then he backed off, and Tali never let up. He just continued to push the pace the whole time, Myron.
Yeah, Tali doesn't seem like the fighter that he's gonna slow down. You have to make him slow down. You have to put some roadblocks in front of him, like the front kick to the body, keep him back. But yeah, he's one of those guys, you're gonna have to put him out because you can't count on him getting tired and winning a decision. You're gonna have to put him away for sure.
Yeah, and we've seen Gavin before. I mean, he's got that grit and determination that he's going to push forward. He's not going to go backwards at all. He wants to, he trusts his range, his ability to read range, and I think that's what we saw. You mentioned a little bit, he felt very comfortable just standing right there and knew he would be okay.
Yep. Has an excellent high guard, and that's what's keeping him safe from this flurry and these pace that's coming from Tali.
All right, round number 2. Gavin Garcia is in the orange trunks while Tali McDonald is in the red trunks, and the cage door is locked. Here we go, round number 2, Extreme Fight Night 386.
Lead body kick followed up with punches from Tali. Misses, foot gets caught in the cage. Oh, missed the kick into the back kick. Oh. Man, and I was going to say that earlier. It's like I'm really loving the way they're finding the weird angles for these kicks inside the clinch. You don't see that a lot. Oh. That's one way to slow your opponent down, is what Gavin did to the heavy punchers. Kick them in the arms. Make it heavy for the boxer to hold their arms up to their face.
I mean, Gavin is just pushing Tali over when they get close. And then the knee, the clinches.
See?
He's one hand clinching him with knees. There's 2. It's gonna be, if he gets another, there's a 4th knee, and it's some slaps.
And usually in MMA, the height disadvantage works for you because you can get in the clinch and get the takedown. But in kickboxing, you don't want to be in the clinch with the taller guy because they can get those knees up to your head and you can't take them down. Knees to the body. And that's what we're seeing right here from Gavin, starting to take advantage of the clinch and the knees. I think this is where he's going to find his best success, especially up against the cage.
And it may, those knees, I mean, he's going to pay for that in the 3rd round. You can see he's starting to hunch over when they deliver.
And Tali is throwing punches and still throwing those kicks to the body from the clinch. It's very impressive. Good job. Checked kick.
Yeah.
Almost dipped into the knee.
Gavin's ability to read Tali is showing.
Oh. Whoa. Landed some clean strikes right here. I like how he's leaping on the hook. He's not dropping it. His opponent's taller, so he's going to have to bring the hook to him.
That's the end of round number 2 on this kickboxing bout from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And checking the replay, Gavin Garcia, here's some of those knees. 2. Just playing with him, just pawing him right there.
Excellent clinch work. I think that's what you need to bring in this fight to slow Tali down. Make him run into his knees, make him run into the clinch, slow that box, tie him up a little bit, make him tired. I think he's doing the right choice right here.
Is Tali doing enough output-wise to score points, would you think, score points with the judges?
This round brought to you by Arnold's Electric. Thank you, Arnold's Electric.
It's hard to tell because just like some of the earlier fights, when it's close like this and they're landing equal amounts of damage, it's a close fight, it comes down to, you know, is your balance getting disrupted? Is your stance getting disrupted by the other person? The judges will pay attention to those things to make that split decision.
All right, 3rd round. Tali McDonald in the red trunks and Gavin Garcia is in the orange trunks, and the cage door is locked. Here we go. He tries to slip a punch, but Gavin had him.
Body work. Knees up in the middle, return of the knee. And remember, when you're the striker, you want to strike with your back off the cage. They are banging.
Gavin's just holding Tali there. And Tali's doing all he can to get out. Checked from Gavin.
What I like to see Tali do is when Gavin steps in with the clinch, you gotta either throw a post in his chest to keep him from getting his hips extended for the knee, or you gotta punch him in the chest. That'll keep him from stepping forward into the clinch. You gotta put that roadblock between you two. He did the right thing, tie him up right there. Let the ref break you up.
Yeah, I think his knee got through on the chin, and then he immediately clinched him up. Tali's starting to slip some of those punches, and a knee's following up, and he's just barely getting missed by that knee.
Both fellas are finding their clean shots. Oh, dip in the rip. Back to the body, doubling up, but runs into the knee during the process.
Gavin checks the clock.
We got 35 seconds left. Nice step-up knee. Boy.
Tali does a lot of the inside leg kicks, too, which is not something you traditionally see in kickboxing fights. I mean, most guys will just stay on the outside.
Oh. Try to catch him with the spinning back fist to the weak side.
You heard the corner there, less than 15 seconds. Now we're at 10.
Oh, to the sternum. That took the breath out of him a little bit. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Both
nice
these
firing
fighters,
back.
The grit that Tali shows is just impressive. And both guys congratulating each other on a good fight. And going to be a tough one to judge there, Myron?
Yeah, definitely going to be a tough one. It's like the same amount of damage. The pace was similar. It just depends on what each judge was seeing.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not a judge on a night like tonight. I mean, we're seeing output be equal from both fighters all night, and this fight was the same way.
Yeah, for him. I wouldn't want to be the judge of this. I've been nerding out this entire time because I like the Muay Thai shorts. I'm kind of like the person that watches the basketball. Those people that look just to see what the players are wearing on their shoes. I was nerding out on the shorts, so I'm like, who's got the better shorts at this point? It was so close.
Tali feeling like he did enough, and so Gavin also wants to make sure everybody knows he thinks he did enough, as they're still tabulating the judges' cards.
It's never a good sign when it's taking this long because they're so close, you never know. And just the anxiety of them waiting to announce the winner can be too much that sometimes I'm like, why is this taking so long?
All right, Casey's in the cage with the official announcement.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for these kickboxers. Show them some love. It goes the distance. Once again, it goes to the judges' table. Let's see what the judges scored the bout. Judge Liz Carrero scores about 29-28. Garcia. Judge Jason Greenwald scores about 29-28. McDonald. Judge Mike Bauer scores about 30-27 for your winner by split decision. Out of the red corner, Gavin Garcia.
Gavin Garcia getting the decision of 30-27 there from one of the judges. And you never want to let it go to the judges because you don't know how they're going to call it. And this time it went in Gavin Garcia's favor. So that is our kickboxing match at the 135-pound weight class.